Hi folks, welcome back to my video blog. It's Steve Rosado with Keller Williams. Today I've been asked to answer two really big questions, and I think that some people are going to agree with what I have to say, and some folks, it may shed some light on some of the uncertainty in the market here in the near future. So question number one is, what is the influence of the new president-elect going to have on the real estate market? And question number two is going to be my market prediction for 2017 for real estate. So let's start with number one. If there's anything that we know about Donald Trump is that he has a weird hairdo, he sends out horrible tweets at 3 in the morning, and the guy really knows real estate. I mean, if there's a silver lining at all, it's that this guy's a real estate mogul. He is very good at predicting real estate markets, and he understands it like nobody we've seen before in office. So let's start with his plan and how that's going to affect us. He's going to put a $550 billion infrastructure and transportation plan into effect that will boost jobs and wages, allowing folks to purchase more homes. A recent article from the Wall Street Journal stated that only 63% of Americans own a home now, which is the lowest point in history since the United States started tracking this statistic back in 1963. So not just due to people owning less homes now, there's also kids are moving out earlier as young adults and renting. But his tax code changes are something else that folks are talking about. And this is where it gets a little bit lukewarm. So if you look at his tax code changes, which are proposed to be the largest changes since Ronald Reagan in 1988, he's going to offer a $30,000 tax exemption or tax deduction to married couples, which is the largest we've ever seen. And one of the issues there is it makes the tax deduction for mortgage loan interest less lucrative. It's almost non-existent. So it eliminates the incentive to buy there. So essentially, the way I see it, the tax code changes are a wash for real estate. However, the infrastructure bill and some of the foreign trade negotiations should spark a robust job market in the United States, and more folks are going to be able to buy a home and likely have more their bottom line income to spend. So my market predictions for 2017, it's going to be a really positive year. 2017 is going to be fantastic for real estate. I'm even recommending a 4 to 5% increase in just Hudson County alone. And here is why. Now, doing all the research, this took me days to put together. You can see that the real estate market in the United States is predictable, and it goes in a cycle. So you can see that there's little peaks and valleys, and then there's a bubble and a crash. Peaks and valleys, bubble, and then a crash. Now, you can obviously see where the Great Depression was, and then the most recent one was the Great Recession. Now, the U.S. real estate market is one of the most predictable metrics in the country. It's almost like clockwork that every 18 years, there's a cycle that's completed. Now, Teo Nicolaitis, who teaches courses in real estate principles at Harvard, put together some great resources for this topic. I'm going to put the information in the body of this email so you can read through it. But you can see, almost like clockwork, it's in intervals of about 18 years where the land value real estate cycles turn over. I mean, obviously, there was an extended time period after the Great Depression, and we're likely to see an extended time period after the recession. So this market can continue to run. If you look at, he put it into 4 different quadrants. There's the recovery phase, which we've already experienced. Then there's expansion, which I believe we're about a quarter of the way into expansion. We certainly don't have hyper supply. One of the big things that's driving prices right now is the lack of supply. And then the interest rates are going up a little bit, and that's going to ward off inflation. So, and it's also directly in effect to the fact that the job market's getting stronger. So at the end of his report, he writes, those who lived through the financial crisis of 2008 will, we hope, always be weary of the next major crash. George and Harrison, these are the ones that helped him put this together, however, figured that won't happen until after the next peak, which will be 2024. That means this market has a lot of room to run. Sellers be confident in selling your property. Buyers be confident in buying. The rates are going to be fantastic for those selling and buying. Folks, I hope this was helpful for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to share this entire report with you. And make it a great day. email me at rosadorealtor@gmail. My number is 551-200-1000. Talk to you soon.